There is only one indigenous broadcaster championing the cause for the restoration of Biafra. Biafra Human Rights Radio. Of course, unstoppable and remains the beacon of truth. It has been so since yesterday, and it is today and forever. There is only one broadcaster championing the cause for the restoration of Biafra. Biafra Human Rights Radio. Of course, unstoppable and remains the beacon of truth. It has been so since yesterday, and it is today and forever.
Land of the rising sun, we love and cherish. Beloved homeland of our brave heroes. We must defend our lives or we shall perish. We shall protect our hearts from all our foes. But if their prize is dead for all we hold dear, then let us die without a shred of fear. Hail to Biafra, consecrated nation. O fatherland, this be our solemn pledge. Defending thee shall be
I know fi do without praising the flag up. I know fi do without my fatherland. I must to fight and defend my father's land. Even I be a fan now we own you. Onyibe na malugo. Aba to be a kwetego si Biafra bukayo. Biafra na ma original. Onyibe na malugo. Aba to be a kwetego si Biafra now we own you.
There is only one indigenous broadcaster championing the cause for the restoration of Biafra. Biafra Human Rights Radio. Of course, unstoppable and remains the beacon of truth. It has been so since yesterday, and it is today and forever.
Yes, once again, fellow Biafrans, lovers of freedom, men and women of goodwill, conscious people wherever you are all over the world, I say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and to some of you good night, depending on your time zone. As always, this is Radio Biafra Extra, and we are streaming live through Biafra Human Right and Freedom Radio Station. And of course, Biafra Human Right and Freedom Radio Station is an embodiment of pro-Biafran groups who understand the importance of coming together to work simultaneously as we push this all effort to restore Biafra to a conclusive end. By the special grace of the Almighty Creator, it is being anchored by Diokpa Uchioka from Efo, the man who assured us from inception that he will not allow the heart of this project to see corruption. It is the truth that brought us here, and honestly only the truth can lead us home. He is from Abatiti. Abatiti is in Anambra State, and Anambra State is Biafra land. And of course, without the support of eminent Biafran personnel, people like Mazubidi Obienu, Dr. Okado, Dr. Ngokenkwo, Mbadike, and of course, members of all the pro-Biafran groups whose name too numerous to mention. All these people came together for a single purpose, defending Biafra in its last outpost. Members of Biafra Nation Alliance, acknowledge all of you this evening. People of goodwill who choose to identify with us in our struggle. You may not be a Biafran, but then you understand the essence of the truth. You are highly appreciated. Those who has made commitment to support in every way possible for them, we acknowledge all of you. I must encourage and I also acknowledge our brothers, those whose only achievement is to insult everybody, blackmail everybody, character assassinate everybody, threaten everybody, but yet this supposedly fight for freedom. I'm talking about the indigenous people of Nnamdi Kanu. You see, there is nothing for the Holy Spirit to glory in, except he is manifest to destroy the work of Satan. What is the essence of Jesus? How could you preach the gospel? And that is why the Bible tells us that for God anointed Jesus of Nazareth with the Holy Ghost and with power, who went about doing good. He would have stopped there, but he concluded by saying, and healing all that were oppressed by the devil. And so you can be able to set the gospel on a very presentable platform to enable man show gratitude, to enable people complain, transparency. And so as we embark on this journey, we have to tell the story of how we overcome. Because these are some of the obstacles we are trying to fight to put behind us now. But I tell you, people will pay dearly for it. I am broadcasting, appealing to the conscience of our people. Let us understand the position that we are at the moment. It is not as if I am better than you or wiser than you. I do not present myself to be better than anybody. But the truth remains that as far as the creature is concerned and nature itself is concerned, Everybody is useful. Even the insane person is useful. Everybody is useful. Some of us are weapon. You don't need to control us. You just have to use us, unleash us. We do our job and we go away. But some of you have been reprogrammed, and so you continue to work on the same cycle. You are on the platform already. Take a time and refresh your mind. Check the position where we are and see what you have become. And some people would say, we got to move for Biafra. How do we get Biafra? We cannot be the one invading our privacy. Men who understand the position where we are working in the internal. They are internally strategizing. And I know God will give us Biafra. And this is for sure. This having been said, I acknowledge the Creator, the one who made the heavens and the earth, who has set our feet upon this path that we must follow. He is our wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. He is the primordial influence that drives us in everything we do. How can I proceed without acknowledging Him? And so, as always, I say to Him, Anyị na-aja gị mma o, maka n'eziokwu ịmara mma o. Ịhụnanya na gị, obiọma gị, o juru anya dadị o, inwe gị mgbanwe o, ọ dịghị onye dịka gị, ịbụ Alpha na Omega dadị. Anyị niile na-asị na n'ịdị mma o. Ise. And of course, this evening, without wasting much of our time, we'll go to our topic, which is simply titled, Only the Truth and the Application of the Right Formation Can Change Our Situation. Only the truth. If we truly want to change our situation as a people, two things are involved, and under these two is key point agenda. It has branches which in the process of initiating must also be considered. You cannot solve a mass without knowing the formula. You cannot combine chemicals without knowing its formula. And even when you know these things, you apply them wrongly, you're going to arrive on a very bad end. And that is why in everything we do, we must understand not just the truth about its formula, but we must be able to apply them in the right direction. Of course, what we are doing here as Biafrans agitating for the division of Nigeria, it's obvious and evidence that Nigerian has not been fair to any of us. From the Fulani to the Hausa, to the Nupe, to the Gwari, to the Yoruba, the Ife man, the Kwara man, down to the Doma man, the TV man. I will tell you all the way to the south, the Igbo man, the Ijo man, the Robo man, the Shekiri man, the Abo man. As far as you are trapped in this contraction called Nigeria, it has not been fair to any of us. Forget about the money you are stealing. Forget about the looting. Forget about the instrument of oppression and subjugation you use on the people. Are you not ashamed, even as a president of Nigeria, that when the name of your country is mentioned, what comes to the mind of all that international community is either you are a 419, you are a kidnapper, you are a criminal, nothing more. Nothing more. And so when you look at the embargo, the sanctions on Nigerians, stopping them from entering UK for a disease that don't even exist, sometimes you think you're being victimized. But Nigerian is an emblem of disgrace to all of us. You can be a minister, you can be God, You can be God in Nigeria. It doesn't matter who you are. You are suffering from that reproach. When I dropped in any airport anywhere around the world and they said, where do you come from? You say Nigeria. You become a suspect immediately, from the president to even the insane Nigerian citizen. And so what we are doing here at the end of the day, for God's sake, we are doing you a favor. I know you will not understand it now, but it's just a matter of time. The Yoruba nation can excel beyond their imagination. With the institution they have placed on ground already, they can be better. It is applicable to the Hausa, the Fulani. We've seen this, and that is why we stand our ground. But some don't understand. And so they still struggle and live in denial. And then we keep encouraging ourselves, let us save Nigeria. Let us save Nigeria. Save Nigeria from who? The politicians? Save Nigeria from who? The colonial master? Save Nigeria from who? Self-destruction? Who is even saving who in the end of the day? It is so bad that we have gotten intense with everything that happens around us. And so we are so used to suffering that it has become part of our beating heart. And yet we are ignoring the main issue and then going over travesty, going over jamborees. Tonight, I want to bring our mind back home again. It doesn't matter your stand, it doesn't matter your position, but we must tell ourselves the truth. First of all, it is important for us to focus on two main key points on our topic tonight, which are truth and the application of formation. Considering the circumstance we have found ourselves. And so first of all, if we must be able to break through this process and emerge victoriously on this quest, like I said, or as the topic suggests, we must understand what is the truth, and then the application of formation. It is important we find out what is the truth. What is the truth? We have been living in lies. It could be called true lies. We know the truth already, but we choose to live under the influence of deception. From our fathers before us till this very present generation, we have played game of indulgence, and we are still doing that. But I tell you, if I know you are a liar, if I don't confront you, I cannot walk with you. And two cannot work together except they agree. A lot of things went wrong, and people deliberately make effort to cover them. You cover the truth, but you must understand the truth is naked. You must understand the truth cannot be substituted. The truth cannot be killed. The truth cannot be misplaced. It cannot be changed. The truth remains truth. It communicates itself. So how long are we going to struggle under deception? They told you nobody in DOS is being paid. But this is not the truth. Okay, it's only Mazuchi Mefo. But this is not the truth. In fact, the very month, supposedly, I was expelled from Biafra. Every Biafra land coordinator received 100,000. The Biafra land national received 200,000. But they didn't give George ONYIBE. But of course, they are not being paid because they pay themselves. And so, who is deceiving who here? You know the truth. We all know the role we play as far as this agitation is concerned. People hide behind and tell lies. I can imagine somebody coming out and telling you, you collect money from Oji Zokalo, Wike have paid you, Nigerian government have paid you. You just to demean and demonize your own brother and your sister, to score cheap points. You're not telling yourself the truth. Some of you think you control the world, but that is the beginning of your doom, your calamity, your failure. Nobody battles with the Lord. And as far as we choose to live in deception and lie to ourselves, this is just the beginning. Elohim assured us that he was going to give us Biafra. The year 2020, as a proof that he sent them. And we are entering 2022. And Elohim has not done anything. And yet you know the truth. But somewhere along the line, you're playing the game of indulgence. Begin to tell lies. When it comes to overall political or local discourse about the people of Biafra, a lot of things went wrong. Some people are pampering it. My brother, as far as you lie to cover one lie, be ready to lie for the rest of your life. The truth will come up. When people were jumping on social media, oh, you are a thief, you are a this, you are that, Judge ONYIBE do this, hey, you are this, Mazimefo do this, hey, Obidi do this, hey, Dr. Nwokenko is some robber, hey, you were jumping up and down. But you know the truth. My greatest confidence is that I have walked among our people here in Biafra land. And I dare and I challenge any of them. Come up with evidence and say, this is what you have done. You will see at the end of the day, you will be the one owing me. Because we operate in truth, in sincerity. And that is why till today, irrespective of anything, we are still talking. We are still on ground. And when we tell you we go nowhere, you won't understand the implication. Sooner or later, you will get intense with it. What is the truth? Truth in itself cannot be limited to a single definition. Just like trying to define politics. They cannot be limited to a simple definition. Trying to define politics, the idea behind the whole truth, cover almost every area of our life. The physical as well as the spiritual. And as such, we must learn to reason holistically when it comes to trying to define the true meaning of the truth. For instance, if I have to go to the theological aspect of it. In the book of Matthew chapter 14, from around verse 6, Jesus said to the disciples, I am the way, the truth, and the life. I am the way, the truth, and the life. How could he say he's the truth? Because the truth was communicating himself in him. He could not define it holistically. And so he placed it in between the physical and the spiritual and said to the disciple, I am the truth. And of course, if you continue along the same line, I'm sorry, John 14, you continue along the same line in John 18, around 38 or thereabout, when he was presented before the Pontius Pilate. And Pontius Pilate said to him, what is the truth? What is the truth? And in a non-turn, Jesus said, I have come to bear testament of the truth. I have come to represent the truth. And so indeed, if we must change our situation, put an end to this Nigeria, refurbish it if necessary, we must tell ourselves the truth. It doesn't matter how you want to hide it. Truth is very important. Why are we here today? Because we are lying to ourselves. We are lying to ourselves. The truth remains that the name Biafra is not an obstacle. The name Biafra has not prevented Biafra from coming. And so the truth is that if you like, answer Idu Nation. The truth is that it will not give us Biafra. Before the name Biafra was used in agitation, a name was coined before then. Niger Delta. Who told Adakaburu about Niger Delta? Who gave us Niger Delta? Niger Delta is from who? Ijaw language. The same way Niger Delta was coined from nowhere. The same way Biafra came. And the same way some individuals are calling Idu nation. Confusion everywhere. They're trying to score cheap points. And so the truth remains that if you like answer Biafra, lower Niger, upper Niger, bottom Niger, side Niger, all these things will not give us Biafra until the right formation is deployed. This is the truth. The truth is that if you like blackmail everybody, no single man, no single group have what it takes to restore Biafra. The earlier we get this into our mind, the better for all of us. Some believe, yeah, we will give you Biafra. You can't give us Biafra because there are a lot of negotiation that need to go on. We know this already. Considering the deception in the past, the blackmail, the deceit, the staring at all of us in the face. We've seen the mistakes of our father. We've seen the errors of their ways. And by every means necessary and possible, we try to walk in the integrity, the dignity they have taught us. We try to discipline ourselves. But that does not mean that we are ignorant of the devices of evil men from among us. Most of you have considered a loyal subject to refool. But we must tell ourselves the truth. And what is that truth? What is that truth about Biafra restoration? It will take all of us to save all of us. Truth means that which is in accordance with fact and reality. When we say the truth, we are telling you, let us face that which is a fact. Fact and in accordance to reality. That is the truth. That is the meaning of the truth. You must present the fact which is in accordance to reality. That is the truth. And so the people of Biafra must be ready to present the fact about our position, situation, and circumstance in its reality. Not until we get to that level. Fasten your seatbelt because the journey has just begun. We can't even tell ourselves the truth. But we already know this truth. We know how it's going to end. And maybe as a corrective group, we choose to do what we are doing. You must present the fact in its reality. We are fighting to liberate our people. And we come out and say, let us embark on 100 days fasting and praying. But yet you curse Jesus Christ. You curse Elohim. You lie against Elohim and Elohua. Who exactly are we praying to? And so the fact there in its reality is that you are a fraud. You see where the truth begins to surface? You gave an order. Every church, you must give up your church auditorium to our people. You will lead prayer in the open. The church you built for them, the money we have collected from our people in the name of Biafra agitation, did we build a single hospital? We send them to the bush. Did we better the life of anybody? You destroyed more life than you have protected. This is the truth, and it hurts you. We prevent fact in its reality. We are testament to this fraud, and it will not happen in our time without us responding. The next generation must understand that for the sake of defending the truth, we'll stand against all odds, but yet we'll see no man as our enemy. But you will not hide anywhere until the truth is communicated, not just from our action, but in everything we'll do. With this understanding, I want to point out two things to you. that the truth must remain. And number one, until the right instrument is deployed, no amount of jamboree will give us Biafra. And this is the truth. What you must understand about the truth. On daily basis, we are supposed to be gaining ground on this agitation platform, but we are losing ground. And this is the truth. The right instrument must be deployed. The right instrument. Every rubbish you are seeing today have been preformed. We saw it. We knew they were not going anywhere. We advised them. We have not let the cat out of the bag. But at the right time, you will know the truth. We cannot do this to our people. We cannot betray our people. And then the next thing you hear is, oh, you are a saboteur, you are a saboteur. Must we condemn all our people before we get what we are looking for? Have we not condemned enough already? From the time of Ojukwu to this very moment, we have destroyed almost some of our finest men. And to you is convenience. You are looking for Biafra. No proper consultation. No lobbying to have international relationship. No political frontier to give a cover to what you are doing. Talking about the achievement of the generation of 1967 and 1970. These people have the instrument of politics with them. When I mean instrument of politics, you know, when we talk about politics, people think we are going to do PDP and APC. We'll come into that later. Dim Chukwemeko Odimegwu Ojukwu was the head of the Eastern region. You have people like Agun Yoronsi on the national front. You have people like Emmanuel Efajuna, head of the military. How many are we going to mention? Even at that, do we have quarter of what they have? You are in a motor park, you are in the bush, in a team, we name him Oshobe, Biafra or dead, Biafra or dead. If we must die, it must be for the genuine reason. What are the instruments? Look at the place where we are today. We've gone back to 2015. Hey, we are hungry, we have us, they don't give us food. Is it not a shame to us? And then some of our supposedly elder are going to Abuja and telling Buhari, Buhari, please, you have to overlook the judiciary. Just forget about the judiciary. You have the power. Release our son to us. And to you are fighting to save Unkanye or Unkanye. They will use it against you tomorrow. These are supposedly intellectuals, but this is the truth. That is not the right instrument. You can still demand for his release without going to tell them to complicate, to compromise the judicial system that doesn't exist in the first place. But yet we all yearn for a better nation. Yet when the international community responds to us, we begin to cry. And those who gathered meeting and go and tell Buhari or Jubri Sudani, you go and tell him to pervert justice. Who are you? I could only wonder how Biafra will be with mindset such as that. And when we cry, no, we have to be this, we have to be this. Charity begins at home. Charity begins at home. Biafra can only come on the platform of truth. There are things we shouldn't toy with. Matters greater than us, we should not even venture there. Because it will only lead us to a calamitous end. And number two thing there is that we must not just be true, but we must be guided by the truth. As anything outside this carries a negative consequence against the people. It's not just saying the truth, knowing the truth, walking the truth, being in the path of the truth, communicating the truth in your actions. My brother, we must understand that the truth must guide us. Without that, our people will suffer the consequence. That is the truth. Be guided by the truth. A man built a ship known as the Titanic. It was extraordinary. It was unique in itself. And when he was interviewed by the press regarding the ship, the size of the ship is so big. And they said to him, with the size of this ship, will it not sink? And the man, out of ignorance, arrogance, said even God himself cannot sink the ship. You remember one of the greatest tragedy that has hit this world. Titanic sank, taking along with him thousands of souls. He was not guided by the truth. He crossed his boundary. He crossed his boundary. And the day you emerge and you say, I can choose to play God. I can decide who live and who die. That day you broke the divine law. This is the truth. And that day the kingdom was taken from you. But most of you don't know. And they cannot recover. The backing of God left that very day. I can decide to have anywhere I want to be destroyed, to be destroyed. Otu Aburu is here. You've not even seen the four corners of Afari Peku. Not to talk of the world. We needed 1,000 men to restore Biafra. And then you have 20 million men across the globe who will beckon to your call. 20 million minus 1,000. Yet we are nowhere near Biafra. We are only just on social media and insulting ourselves. Why can't you tell yourself the truth? Why don't you allow the truth to guide you? Small picking no medicine is in a vegetable. Elanyangwane koji luengo. Akenu meneka honi horachi kozuki ken. Let us be guided. Let us be guided. The Bible say manka manka. We're not guided by the truth. The moment you allow the truth to hurt you, and then you have a problem. There is serious consequence. Serious consequence. It's time I review my document about how many people that have died in this struggle. It marvels me. And so some of those of you, or some of you in diaspora, who are there gingering, taking advantage of the ignorant Biafrans and leading them to their death, a day will come. We will hashtag you and the name of these dead bodies. And I want to believe your family will be very proud of you. For the sake of trust, we have kept a lot of information from the public. For the sake of trust issue. But when this job is done, everybody will know all of you for who you truly are. Garnish your platform. Deceive the people. You have a louder voice. But it's just a matter of time. The people will embrace the truth. Because they certainly don't have any choice. Number two, we consider the application of this formation. Some of us believe that we need numerical strength to be able to win presidential election. No, we don't need numerical strength to win presidential election. We need application of the right formula. Of course, directly, without the numerical strength, you can't win election. But the misplacement of those formations, your numerical strength comes to nothing. You can go and consider the Greek mythology, King Leonardo's and his 300 Spartans. When they waged war against King Xerxes of Babylon, Persians rather, they were just 300 men. King Xerxes controlled or command army that when they march, they will drink the river dry. They had numbered the Spartans, even 1 to 1 million. But with the application of the right formation, King Leonardo was able to lure the soldiers, the armies of King Xerxes into a hard gate, a narrow corridor. And wave after wave, they destroy the Persian soldier because their number come to nothing. They smote all of them down. And so it's not just about the numerical strength, it is about the application of the formation. The Fulanis are ruling us here in Nigeria with the least population. They were not even Nigeria. They migrated, but they rule us. They were able to deploy the right formation. They took advantage of the Hausa population and used it on their own advantage. They even hire people from Niger, Niger, among other West African Islamic countries. They all have our PVC. And so it's not about the population. South and Southeast can come together. Idu kingdom or Idu nation, Igodomi Godo nation. Even the Yoruba nation can join us. If the right formation is not deployed, in truth, in sincerity, our number will come to nothing. And that is why when you have confidence on how many people you control, you should be able to consider how you are able to manage them. It is very important. Some of you must understand, numerical strength does not give you victory to win a war. Without the right formation, it is not possible. Your numerical strength does not guarantee that you will win a war. In fact, as the world is today, nations are making sure that when there is conflict, if they have war with anybody, they just need a minimum of 10-20 people. They now send robots to go and fight. And so those era when they say, and Moses gathered 1 million men, and then the Philistines gathered 20 million, and on that day, on the hill of Damascus, 40 million soldiers gather. Not now. You gather, they wipe you out. Go and ask what happened in Hiroshima. Just one nuclear weapon. The effect still exists today. And so, when you talk about numerical strength, it's important. It is not the number. It is about those who have what it takes. Most of you will not understand that Dubai was built from scratch without money. In the 80s, Dubai came to borrow money from Nigeria. Nigeria didn't give them. In the 80s, Nigerian chased Ghana out of Nigeria. They didn't have money. But you can be rest assured that the achievement of Ghana for 50 years, in the case of Nigeria, we have gone backward 50 years. Ghana already lived 50 years ahead of us. Not to talk of Dubai. Without money, what Dubai did in 50 years, America can't even do it. I tell you the truth. Without money. Go and check record. I say in the 80s. And so how did this miracle come about? Initiation of the right formula. The colonial master, just 3 colonial European soldiers, will ransack the whole of Africa. They just come with one ship, maybe about 200 of them. And then from Calabar, they raid everybody. Raid Jaja of Opobo. Raid Ezenli of Omambara. Raid Ezewawawa of Abakaliki. Raid Nana of Ishekili. Raid of Aromi Obaisi. Raid Oni of Ife. Raid everywhere. Sudan of Sokoto. Raid everybody. Less than 300 men. Why could they do that? What made it possible? Deployment of the right formation. Number will come to nothing if the right formation is not deployed. And so the solution to some of these problems we are facing today is that we must engage on holistic thinking. Holistically thinking. When I mean holistic thinking, before we do anything, we must consider the consequence. Let's look at it this way. The world came together. They conspired against Africa. They looted Africa. They raped Africa. They murdered Africa. They built cities in the name of Africa. They have not shown remorse one day. They still devise means of communicating to their children and say, well, we have to do what we have to do. You can imagine if they were the one who has kept us under this condition. Sometime, if it's going to take them to kill us so they can live, they will do that. But understand that the real holistic thinking is that they must make sure they are ready to control, have maximum control on the consequence, because there is consequence and it must come. And so that leads them to a holistic planning. What is our plan for Biafra restoration? Gossip. Gossip. It will backfire. A brother came on air. He said, these are the people you should listen to. That was when they were contracted. Blackmail George ONYIBE, blackmail Uche Mefo, as he dey pepper, as he dey hot. Now he dey pepper on he dey hot on a day there they blackmail on ourselves. We become the spectators now. You people are deceiving yourself. When you finish deceiving yourself, you say, have a leader Mazen Nandekano, Niger Delta they cause Southeast people. Una be betrayer, una be betrayer. But the same idiot where them pay money still they tell you say, Mazen Nandekano our leader. We know all this truth. So what is your plan? What is your plan? What are your strategy? Nothing. We are working, we are planning, Just check for the past 3 or 2 months now. What have you been doing in Biafra agitation? Extraordinary divine international rendition. Nothing more. Then fundraising. Our men. Where are our men in the bush? Unknown gunmen. Okay, it's unknown gun women now that has taken over. Everybody is dragging account. Come and collect your ticket. Come and collect your receipt. He will not enter Biafra land. If you don't pay money, he can go. Where are the money? No plan. The only successful plan in place is for all of you to be fighting yourself in the absence of your leader. Your leader is the one that is initiating this chaos. And you people have to kill yourself. Some of you know the truth. Continue. No plan on ground. No single plan. We do not have any cordial relationship with international community. We do not have cordial relationship with our politicians. We do not have cordial relationship with our monarchs. We don't even have cordial relationship among ourselves. And then somebody from the blues is going to make it happen. He's going to make it happen. Pray this Biafra of this Hulo Balo does not come the way you are thinking about it, because you are not even ready for what is coming. And when you go there, you kill your brother. You go to Mama Put to tumble their table. In 18 we will kill you. We will do you this one. We will do this one. My dear, you are saying your own. But you are not thinking holistically. You are not planning holistically. Pekin will say, Mama no go sleep, no go sleep. You will not set the balance. And how I know will be the end of it all. And then, execution is very important. Execution is very important. You see the Yorubas, they think. You see the Yorubas, they plan. You see the Yoruba, they will come up and execute it immediately. How Omotekun was set up is amazing. They never said anything. They never announced it. And then all of a sudden, they flagged up Omotekun. They had their healers. They had their uniform. They confronted Nigeria with that idea. They were ready for whatever will happen. Is Omotekun not functional? Come out now and tell us that you are Eastern Security. Any house they see you around, they will burn that house down. Why? Because it is poorly executed. We are fighting for Biafra. Godomi Godo Biafra. Agadami Gada Biafra. Idu Nation Biafra. Everywhere Biafra. And then you build a security. You stay in Eastern Security. And all of you are jumping up and down. You betrayed yourself in the first place. The Igbo nation cannot be overruled. They are there and they will remain there forever. The John nation cannot be overruled. They are there and they will remain there forever. And so are other ethnic nationality, except in the case of genocide, where any other ethnic nationality succeed in wiping these people away. But I do not think it is very easy in a time like this. And so every effort we have made, every sacrifice we have made, poorly executed. We live in large, going on private jets, touring the universe, insulting all of us, blackmailing all of us, poorly executed of the resources we have put in place. Until today, we are still making the same mistake. We will tell you the story. The real people who collect money are claiming holy. And we are looking at all of you. But you are not our problem. Our problem is that Nigerian has become an epidemic to all of us. Both the Fulani, both the Yoruba, all of us. It may benefit you temporarily. But if you do not change this system now, sooner or later it will catch up with you. And so for us to be able to think holistically, plan holistically, execute holistically. Biafra de facto customary government was initiated, introduced to all of us. Like I always say, embodiment of pro-Biafran group. We encourage you. See how you can be part of this great move. A platform where progressive-minded Biafrans will come together. A lot of things need to be discussed. How did we come about the name Niger Delta? How did we come about the name Biafra? And who the heck is bringing Idu Nation and giving us cock and bull story? But then, we do not stand to condemn anybody. But we have to think about it. We have to reason it. We have to plan. We have to execute them. And then, at the end of the day, everybody come together to agree. But the more you keep fighting, thinking you know it all, the more you build enemies around you. And the more enemy you build around you, be rest assured they will weaken you the more. I encourage you to join the Biafra Nation Alliance family. We are still here because somewhere along the line we have to defend ourselves. And then we can lead you to the platform, the de facto customary government, where you can be able to be part of this great move. And of course, the code of governance is out there already. You need to lay your hand on it. As far as you are part of the ancient Biafra, from Igala to Idoma, those Biafrans in Edo State, Bayelsa, Rivers, Cross River, Akwa Ibom, Imo, Abia, Delta, Enugu, Ebonyi, Anambra. The earlier we create a frontier that will guarantee our ultimate protection, the better for all of us. Because there is an evil wind blowing already. And I can assure you, if we do nothing to save ourselves, certainly we will be consumed. At this moment, our lines are open. If you are a Biafran, anywhere you are around the world, and you want to have contact with us before we open our line, I will encourage you to contact our broadcasters, from our brother Onwuka in Canada down to Mazi Audio Guinea, South Africa. And then you have Radio Biafra Extra here in Biafra land. And of course, we have our brother Mazen Badike in New York, covering the American continent. You have our brother Odogu Awele covering the Asia continent. You have our brother Mazi Polo Okonkwo covering Europe, and of course working side by side with our brother Obidike. You have our brother Onwukwe Nwanze representing Biafra land, and of course you have Odo Guinea and Aslem Udowele covering Africa. You can contact us and then we give you link to them. I do not have their number presently here, but I want to believe they will come up and then give you the necessary information. We need to go home, and home we shall go. I will be back in a minute.
clearly shows where the true Israelites are and where the Messiah is going to gather his people. Judah, he's going to gather from the four corners of the earth. But
and of course, least I forget the number to call in case you want to make your contribution is on. Our direct line is 081 221 52971. 081 221 52971. And then our WhatsApp line is 070 815 45642. 070 815 45642 is our WhatsApp line. And of course, if you cannot access any of this line, you are encouraged to call my personal private social media platform, and that is if you have it. The lines are open and you are free to call in. I'll be back in a minute.
the Bible clearly shows where the true Israelites are and where the Messiah is going to gather his people. Judah, he's going to gather from the four corners of the earth. But the other tribes, he will gather from beyond the rivers of Cush in Africa.
Like a candle in the night that came and blew us away.
And like a thief in the night, they came and stole it away.
We've been in the bondage for so long, we need a light.
All the Biafrans should stand up, rise up for your freedom.
It's a freedom song.
Freedom song.
So at this moment I am joined by Agunwani. Can you hear me, please?
I can hear you, the lion of Biafra land.
Good evening.
The lion heart of Biafra land.
No, I am talking. Okay, go ahead, please.
I'm so happy tonight to hear your voice. Hey, it's by His grace, and the Lord is good. Is marvelous on your side. We thought that you have traveled overseas not to talk to us again. Thank God you are back. I say good evening, sir, from here. Thank you for the good work you do for us.
Thank you very much. We go nowhere. We are not
going nowhere. We go nowhere. We must continue to when Biafra is restored, whether devil like it or not. Tonight I'm just overwhelmed and I'm flabbergasted. I don't know actually where to start or where. I'm just full of happy. No, over happiness at times makes somebody you will not even know what to say again. But I know I must still say something, because if those that are doing one manner of things or the other refuse to stop, we ourselves will not stop, we will continue. That's why we are watchmen. They always think that maybe by coming to platforms to insult people and talk rubbish will get us scared, then we will run away. They made a very greatest mistake. When you are dealing with somebody and you fail to study the person you are dealing with, or you fail to know exactly what entails, you will end up making a hell of mistakes. Because like as you just said, anytime I stay on my own to meditate on that movement they made to Abuja, I will start wondering. So these people now are using their hand to do the things that the Nigerian government will use to indict all of them. And I tell you, all of them that made that trip to Abuja, they have been indicted already unknowingly. And because they are seeking for one political position or the other, that's why people keep on writing on social media, and I'm beginning to see it now that is true, that Igbo people, they didn't know how to play politics. They only play politics of trade and gain to get and put it inside their pocket. And I'm beginning to see all those write-ups as real. Because on no account should the people that have been complaining and crying of marginalization and this and that, we have the guts because you want to look for your own. And there's somebody that claimed that they should release his son for him, then he will make him not to say what he had been saying again, before again. You have been there all the while. This person started saying that it continued to metamorphose to killings, destroying lives. You kept mute. So it's now you are going to tell the person you people say that he has died. Which Buhari did they meet, for Christ's sake? Which one did they meet with? Is it the ear or the hole on the neck? Which one? You now wanted the person, because we are told that the first Buhari died, they buried in Saudi Arabia, then Jubril came, later Jubril died in Cuba, then Mohammed Yusuf, Aisha boyfriend, is the one leading. I don't know among the three the one they met in Abuja. And they have the inventory to go and tell a sitting president to superimpose themselves on the judiciary. I think we have three arms of government, and now you are telling a president to boycott the rule of law or democracy, as you people called them a kangaroo court, and they are crazy. There is no competent jurisdiction in Nigeria, and now is that place you are going to tell them now to boycott the kangaroo court they have and get your son released for you. And I keep on wondering, all these people, both the known and unknown, that are making this move, all of them are party to the evil that is going on in the Biafra land. Whether you expose yourself today or tomorrow, God knows you, and the karma must get you out and you will be exposed. Because time shall come, some of them that embark on that journey, they will start denying it, because that has been their modus operandi. Then we start denying it. In the quest or in the form that you want to get yourself registered or to get yourself get party to what is going on, or maybe you are afraid so that they will not come to behead you or something of that nature, you get yourself involved in the matter that is bigger than you, telling a whole nation president to put hand into judiciary and release your person, and you are not seeing how they themselves are detaining their own person. Zazaki, where is he today? Is he not their brother? Have any of the northern governors or their own elites gone to Abuja to tell Buhari to release him for him? These people, they really know politics. They, like as you said, the right formation. They know the right thing to do. Even if they are doing it wickedly against us, they know the right time to hit and the right thing to do. They have laid trap to all of them, and all of them has fallen into the trap. And they have the real thing that they will use to hit them at the head. And the two things are, they have laid that trap for them and they failing. Some people are talking about presidency, and this move they made to Abuja has destroyed everything. They will place that two things before you. You must choose one, either to take your son and forget about presidency, or for Biafra struggle, that one has already sold it out. Because even if they tell him, the day they called him to court is the day he sold it final, because he denied all the 7 count charges given to him, of which restoration of Biafra is part of them. And he denied that he will never seek for the separation of Biafra from Nigeria. So that one is not part of the issue again. But those that are going for unconditional release, how can you release somebody unconditionally while the person conditionally gets himself entrapped and they are looking for unconditional, and now they are looking for presidency? Can 2 wrongs make a right? It doesn't work that way, and there's no way you will have the mouth to say that. Even his brother that went to visit him, that is raising dust now between him and the bleaching cream lawyer, the criminal of our time, that is using RPOB to make his money and build his mansions. And then now that I'm sure that some of the people that are hearing the preaching from the side, some of them are beginning to reason, because they have started asking some questions. That guy is part of the problem the Ekperima is having there, because there's never a time he wanted this thing to end, because it's from where he is enriching himself. They have made the call and join ONYIBE lawyer coming into another country to preside over somebody, and you call yourself a lawyer. Maybe they thought that other lawyers are not seeing what they're doing, what is not watching them. They will continue behaving like they normally say in my place. If you put a trap and the bird happen to fall into that trap, he will be doing puka, trying to do as if he's getting himself released. That's how we continue doing it when he kill himself there. That's exactly what is happening to them. How many fracas are there now? This one, they have DOE down, they have DOS, Doctorate of Saboteur, and the DOE, Doctorate of Emissary, the melting man, the one that have the magic weapon that he will use to dismantle 20 army barracks in Nigeria. And since the Nigerian troops have been here arresting and killing innocent souls, because all the evil ones that are causing the nuisance, they will hit and run. The troops will come and start decimating the innocent ones. That mighty man has never come to give them their weapon. It's the youth that they told to go and steal police and the army gun, destroy police station, attack them, kill them, steal their guns. Any place all of them are neutralized, they will collect back the weapons they stole from the Nigerian troops, and you claim that you know it all. And the melting man never come to give them that weapon they will use to be melting all the weapons in army barrack. Is now coming to start playing another fake prophet ministry. At times when I'm talking now, I I will just get sort of what to say because many things will just be coming out at a time. I don't know whom they are thinking that they're deceiving. They have deceived themselves to the extent that they have now scattered. They have scattered. And those of people that claim they are still doing the restoration or doing the agitation and indirectly supporting evil, I don't know whether they think that they are playing on the intelligence of everybody. I greet all of them. Everybody will continue doing their own. Everybody has the opinion to put, but make sure that that opinion you are putting is not what will speak against you at the long run. Because whatever everybody is doing, God is watching and everybody is watching. Today is not 1960 again or 60 to 67. We are in the jet age now and the world is becoming like a global village. There are most of the things you do, you think that people did not see you, they are seeing you. And the peradventure as social media is, people will just jump there and start saying many things they don't know that they're implicating themselves. Even all the comments people make in all the broadcasts, people are recording it, and they shall come when that thing will either in your favor or against you. So my dear, I'm so happy to hear your voice today. I just I just woke up from sleep and heard the voice like your own. I said, let me know whether actually you are the one talking. So and it happened that you are the one. So I cannot just continue without chipping in one or two things. I really thank you for the good work you are doing, and I know God, the good God we are serving, you are our reverend. The good God we are serving will continue to keep you, protect you, and preserve you. There is no any evil arrow spared against you that will get you. Rather, it will go back to sender. No matter the evil wishes against any of us, is going back to sender, because all those pits, the dog and the trap they set for us, it has started catching them one by one, and all of them will finally fall into that pit unless they repent and confess and apologize to the people that they have stabbed at the back. We go nowhere. We continue when Biafra is restored. And all of us will be alive. It will be restored. Good evening from here, and good night from here.
Thank you very much for joining the program. That is Agumwanye. Always on point. Our people must understand a lot of things are involved. They have to be critical thinking. In court, they will say cross-examination. That moment must be made available. And before execution, we must plan. Don't make any mistake about that. Not until the right formation is deployed with the truth. We can go on and be lying to ourselves. It is not going to take us anywhere, but rather we should get ready for its consequence. Because one way or the other, people will have to pay for this negligence. And so all we are asking our people to do is to reevaluate our position. And everybody stand up. Everybody, not just Biafrans. Everybody in Nigeria. It may favor you today, but I will assure you it's not going to be for long. It will affect all of us one way or the other. And so we can correct this mess. We can change our lot. We can bring in about a process that will lead us to our expectation end. But truth must guide us. Truth must guide us. I'll be back in a minute. Of course, our lines are still open and you're free to call in.
The Bible clearly shows where the true Israelites are and where the Messiah is going to gather his people. Judah, he's going to gather from the four corners of the earth. But the other tribes, he will gather from beyond the rivers of Cush in Africa.
Yes, of course, at this moment I am joined by brother Mbada Ike. Mbadike.
Hi, dear.
Good evening from
I say good afternoon from the city of New York, and welcome back to the program. And not much to say, so thank you guys for this code of conduct or governance that has been provided or produced towards this weekend. And our people will see that you guys are not sleeping and work are going on. You know what our people always want is for people to come out and start giving them false information. I always tell them, under de facto government, all the information will be coming out at the due time. Nobody will be giving you information that are not proper. A lot of people will ask you, what's their blueprint, what's direction, when are you going to give us Biafra? We need Biafra today and tomorrow. You ask them. Under IPOB that we have been for almost 10, 12 years, did you get Biafra? De facto government is still under 1 year old, and a lot of progress has been made. And as we always tell people, that if one road closed, another one will be open. Always have an open mind for you to analyze the information you're getting. Like we that have been in IPOB for so long, a lot of people are not asking themselves questions. These are the key figures in IPOB. For them to leave this movement, or for them to have allegation being laid upon them, there must be something going on wrong there that these people don't want to support. But you know how our people reason. Most of our people, their brain is being built of telling lies and false information to them, and they're buying it. But nevertheless, my name is Mazis Chukwokoli. I am from Nnewi, and I'm the mobilization administrator for Americans. If you're in North America, you're in Caribbean, South America, and you can reach us on this number. It's 917-346-5419. 917-346-5419. This number is not for question and answering. It's for people who are ready to work under de facto government, to amend all the mistakes that we have done in the past and give our people hope of restoration of nation of Biafra. Or you can visit us as well to our website, BiafranNationsAlliance.com, BiafranNationsAlliance.com, or BiafraFoundationInc.org. This is the website. You can get information on everything about this movement. Or you can go to biafrangov.org. That's platform for de facto government of Biafra, where you can get all this code of conduct that have been passed. You go on that platform, you can read it on those platforms. If you're in North America, now we're trying to get more relay station in Biafra land to be able to spread this gospel to our people who are ready for Biafran restoration. You can go to BIA67foundation@gmail.com and make a taxable deduction if you're living in North America. BIA67foundation@gmail.com. These are where you can make a deduction, and you can use it to file your tax towards this 2021 tax season. Yeah, ONYIBE, I don't have much to say. I'm so glad to hear you this evening, and we staying here, we go nowhere, and we must do the needful and give hope to our people. And I will say all hail Biafra, and keep it moving. We are here. Thank you.
Thank you very much. That is Chukwu Okoli, aka Mbadike, and of course very committed and diligent comrade. And so, like we have said earlier, it is about holistic thinking, it is about critical planning, it is about perfect execution. All must be or done holistically, completely, because if we make any mistake, if we neglect any principle, if we fail to allow ourselves to be guided with truth, our people will suffer the consequence. Most of you are not feeling the impact of your actions at this moment. Maybe because of your position. But sooner or later, you will see the pain, the injury you have inflicted on your brother. And this contradicts what you are supposed to represent. The lines are still open. You're free to call in as we approach the end of this program.
Mommy, don't cry. Daddy, hello Biafra, hello Biafra. Now we be the Biafra, hello Biafra, hello Biafra. I want you Biafra, hello Biafra, hello Biafra. Now we be the Biafra, hello Biafra, hello Biafra. I want you Biafra, hello Biafra, hello Biafra. Freedom is here, hello Biafra, hello Biafra. I want you Biafra, yeah. Freedom, freedom is here, is here. Yeah, 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 yeah. Na, 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 yeah, yeah, yeah. Hey, Papa God, I want to thank you for this beautiful thing what you did do for us. Finally Biafra is here, so make you never give up. I know yes, they killed us many years back. I know yes, they try to pull us down, but this kind of walk this way. Thank you for all the good things. Now you don't make us better, yeah. Now everything done better, yeah. Now thank you for the good things. See everything done better, yeah. We're living
I am joined by one of us, caller on the WhatsApp. Caller on WhatsApp, are you there?
Hello?
Yes, so welcome to the program as a OBDK.
Okay, so good evening, sir. ONYIBE.
Good evening from here, my brother.
I greet you so much. I thank you for being here tonight. Excuse me, let me open for people. I'm coming, please. Sorry. Pronto? Okay. Okay, sorry, sir. Sorry for... Okay. So I thank you so much for being here tonight. And my name is Franco Bidike. I'm calling from Italy. So I want to thank you for all you've been able to do for Biafran people, for Biafran restoration. And as well, I thank the federal government for what they're doing. And as well for this new initiative. Sorry. Can you hear me, sir? Hello?
Yes, go ahead. The word is listening.
Okay, and as well for this new initiative about the government in the diaspora, really is a very effective one.
Biafra, hello Biafra, hello. I want you Biafra, hello Biafra, hello Biafra. thank you for this beautiful thing where you did do for us. Finally Biafra is here, to make you never give up. I know yes, they killed us many years back. I know yes, they try to pull us down, but this kind of what is way.
Yes, sir, you are back, if you can hear me.
Okay. Okay, man. So I don't know where I stopped because I was talking alone. I was thinking, I was talking. So I come to encourage our people, you know, on this new development about the government in diaspora, you know. So this governance in diaspora means that we can be able to organize something as Biafrans in diaspora, as people being instituted, people who trying to meet to some organizations, some schools and other things. So I think really is a very, very interesting one that we all have to join hand, all the Biafrans have to join hand together to make sure this government work as well. If you are, despite any group you find yourself, you are in Europe here, really, I assure you that you are always welcome to this forum of Biafran in the government in the diaspora. So, because really the important thing we need at this time mostly is the unity of our people, the reconciliation of our people, because this is the first leg we have to take to prepare ourselves to restore our nation or to fight for political ground in our own nation. Because when we fail this, we have failed the political aspect of life, because without unity we do nothing. So I try to encourage all the Biafrans anywhere in Europe, despite any group you see yourself into, you like the ideology, but this government now is the government that is going to suit to any ideology of whatsoever you believe, because this government have the code they are working to, as long as we are going to work according to this code, because this code is not a code that's going to be a harm to our people or is going to be like a heavy cost to our people. Is for the benefit of our people. So I encourage everybody, everyone, as well, go home, take the possibility of reconciliation and the possibility of taking our own destiny into our own hand. This possibility of being ready to take the political grant of our land, to take care of our people, try to support our people in whatsoever they're doing down home there, even we are in diaspora here. You know, when you look around the Biafran state now, you see a lot of roads have got spoiled. And all these roads have got spoiled, some people can fix it. We can start fixing something, doing something even in the local places, you know, in our own hand. Because I think all this while we are contributing money, but we don't know what we are doing with all those money we are contributing now. But without standing in those kind of life again, we want to move forward at this time, and we want to come to unity. We want to come to understand we need one Biafra and not many Biafra. I think we all we are looking for one thing, but just the problem that we have a different ideas and opinions. And when opinions are many, if we are not careful, we are going to be read about what we are looking for. So, and in this many opinions, we have to come together to define them and know the ones, the simple ones we are going to use to restore our nation. So I'm calling all the Biafrans all over the world, come and be a part of this initiative. So don't be so proud. Don't think that the people that are doing it, they're not those kind of people. You want to be among them. We are human beings. Everybody have his own potential, his own power, his own ability. So we can do it if we believe we can do it. So, and for what is going on in our land at this time too, with this government, we have said, we have settled now, we can be discussing how we can bring back peace in our own land, because it's important the peace return to our own land. Our land have to be more than as it used to be before now, because now we were having many things that we are facing in our land all these years that we do not care about. We think that they were normal. You know, you see some people go and steal a biscuit, they will kill them, they cut their head, they do many kind. You know, this is not the kind of Biafra we are going to live inside. So this kind of things, we have to be settling them one after the other. And they are settling it means that we have to be into government as well, have to near this government, because we are still into that Nigeria they call. You know, we're still inside there. We have to participate inside. We have to know the people that we are sending to our councillors. We have to know the people we are sending to represent us in anywhere. And those people have to give account in whatever they're doing. So I thank God now we have this new governor from Anambra State. We can start from him at this time. We can start from Sonudo at this time. We can be telling him, Sonudo, look, we want you to become the example of Igbo land. And trust me, when you give him such a courage, he can do it. But now we can be losing hope that we don't want to be politics, we don't want to be there. If we don't be there, where we will be? We'll be on the Facebook. No, Biafra, we should wake up, please. This is not time to joke anymore. I don't know what our people is waiting again. Let us come together, because togetherness we can do something. The greatest nation in this world, they say united they stand. So we should learn positive something. We should not take ourselves back. We should not think that we are in the year 60s, 70s. No. We are in a different way. You know that the system is always the same, but there is something changed. People can talk how they feel more now. It's not like before that people just tell you what to do and have to do it. Now you can say, no, I have to think about it. So, Master George ONYIBE, I thank you. I thank Mazi Mafo. I thank Dr. Kado, who is working hard, Obidia. I thank everybody. I want us to work more, because listen, what we are about to do now is more work we are creating to ourselves. And whenever you create more jobs to yourself, you have to have time to do jobs. So let everybody have time, create whatever you can create to see that this movement will achieve our goals. You know, for this world to talk about Biafrans is not so hard. For we to get common journalists is not so hard, but we have to come together. There's a way to do all these things. So please, I encourage Biafrans, if you're here in Italy, if you want to be among Biafran, the federal government, or you want to be among Biafran National Alliance, you can call on me. My number is +39 501 501 40 57169. I repeat again, sorry. My number is +39 351 045 7169. Call me anytime. I can answer you, or you can go on our Facebook. You can send us any message, or if you want anything and you want to ask, be free to ask me. I'm always available as long as Biafra topic is concerned. Thank you. God bless you, and God bless the listeners all over the whole world.
Thank you very much, my brother Obidike. We go nowhere. We continue to sensitize our people, believing that in the nearest future, every one of us will be guided by truth as we reason, as we plan, and we will have the grace, the enablement to execute.
My country, Biafra. Yes, we never give up. Yes, we no go give up. Never give up. No, they give up. My country, Biafra, we no go give up. Biafra, Biafra, Biafra. Everywhere you go, we have what it takes. We have what it takes. Biafra.
Yes, sir. At this moment, I'm joined by our daddy in the Lord, Mazi Obidio Bienu. Can you hear me, sir? Can you hear me? Can you hear me, Mazubidi? Good evening.
My Reverend, thank you so very much.
Good evening, sir, from here.
And welcome back. It's kind of noisy a little bit there. So, but anyway, I must continue, but not continue in the wrong direction. Thank you very much. This is your brother BIAFRA for the benefit of listeners. BIAFRA is from Oba is in Onitsha province of Biafra land. Thank you very much, my brother, and welcome back to your usual program. And I know that God in heaven will continue to strengthen and keep you to do this thing, because this is the time we needed this message most. And unfortunately, a lot of people are speaking from both sides of their mouth. Today is bad, tomorrow is all good. But guess what? We cannot deviate from the word of God that assures the freedom, that guarantees our freedom, by simply telling ourselves the truth. The only thing that is guaranteed that will take us home is being truthful to one another. There's no two ways about it. We can play all the politics we want to play. We can do all the games we want to do, you know. As long as we don't tell ourselves the truth, we'll continue to wander in the wilderness. That said, my Reverend, I learned that David Umahi went for Thanksgiving yesterday. According to the news, he says that I saw him. This is not the Photoshop. Speaking in the church and giving God glory. He says it's God, divine intervention. I don't know if you saw that video. It says that the peace that has been restored in Ebony is divine intervention. And he's praying for the same peace in the rest of the southeastern states. And I say to Governor David Umahi, you did a very good job. You need to tell your colleagues what you did. Don't deceive people by saying divine intervention. Yes, we all believe in God and we love the Lord, but at the same time, if you do the right thing as a human being who has been given the power to do things right, you get a good result. That said, am I coming out clear, my Reverend?
Loud and clear. You're coming out loud and clear.
My Reverend, am I coming out clear?
Loud and clear. You are coming out loud and clear.
Thank you very much. And then that said, the other thing I wanted to ask you was because you are there in Biafra land, you are not guessing what is going on. You know what is going on. You are right there. I wanted to find out if it's been confirmed that our elders have now shamelessly become Almajiris. Both our elders and the IPONCs has become Almajiris, because I heard that the former governor, Ezife, now is begging and urging Igbos to lay down on the ground to ask the Fulanis to allow us to be president of Nigeria. And I also know that another elder, Mbazirichi Ike Amaechi, has gone begging Buhari, we don't know if it's Buhari or El Sudani, to release their prodigal son to them. I don't know if these are true, because it's you know, I can't believe what I'm seeing today. Okay, so just clarifying from you, please. I want you to validate before I tell Biafrans what I want to tell you.
Yes, as of this moment,
my Reverend, yeah, this too.
As of this moment, the information I have is on them going to meet Buhari. But that of lying down and begging for Igbo presidency, I've not come across it, and I cannot authenticate that information now. But they went to Abuja to beg Buhari to release Nnamdi Kanu issue way into the justice system, and then do something with his position.
Yes. Okay. Thank you very much. I didn't see the Ezife's initial comment as far as begging, but I wasn't sure about laying on the ground, and now he's urging all Igbos to go and lay on the ground. That's what I was hearing this morning. I just want to clarify that I didn't see any of sort in the social media, which is the source of our information here. But either way, all is just, by the way, a disgrace to the people. And this is the reason we have stayed the course to call our people to make themselves available for this work. It is no way you can get Biafra a delusional and grandiosity belief system. You can do that. Delusional beliefs. Worst of it is the grandiosity. I also had my thundermost in the morning when he was talking about someone came out and called himself the servant of the people, and we all joined, called ourselves our servants, and in between, when the money came too much, he became the child of God that has authority to take life and to give life. But anyway, that's just the way. We will continue to expose this evil so that our people will know. And now they have destabilized everything. We saw a group amongst these criminals that were invited to destabilize the thing, talking about Ibu, or whatever they call themselves. That's what they are talking about right now. They are not talking about Biafra. They are talking about Udibu. And then we see the ones that are trying to catch up with the latecomers to extort final money from them, giving Nigerian terrorist army 3 months to vacate Biafra land. And my question is, if you have something to do to Nigerian terrorist army, why have you continued to expose the lives of the people at home? Why can't you just do it? Why are you giving them time? You have given them enough time. You have boasted. You have threatened. You have also given yourself 40 days fasting, after which you meet them head on, and the 150 days of fasting when you're supposed to do all this magic. Up to tomorrow, nothing has happened. And you are yet given another 90 days so that you can ask for donations to give your ESN in the bushes. People need to be wary of this information. The people need to be really, begin to see how these criminals are not just extorting our people, but they are also jeopardizing the lives of our people. They are inviting evil. They are inviting death in the land. That's the few things I wanted to say this evening. For all Biafrans, if you say you want Biafra, you must fold into Biafra de facto customary government, where we have laid down the governance code. This is not about who you are or one person's business. Biafra is a nation, requires people to rise up and restore the nation. It doesn't come from magical religions or magical thinking. It's not going to happen. So if you don't want to be a part of it, you better fold, because the longer you stay in your ludicrousness, the longer you continue to deceive your people, the more and more punishment that will be added to you. It doesn't matter who you are. So this is what I have for our people this evening. Once again, I hope I'm not forgetting something, but once again, I want to thank you for what you're doing. Yes, one more thing is, in as much as we talk about Biafra, we must support any freedom fighting ventures. As far as what Ninas are doing, It's a good work. Biafra, I think I heard Dr. Kadu talking in the morning about modalities, way of playing politics, ways of interfacing with other people. This is not about cussing out people. It has nothing to do with denigrating people. It's about talking and being in agreement with other groups of people who want freedom out of that contraption called Nigeria. And this is what I want to encourage our people. I want to thank the previous callers, Agumai, Obidike, Mbadike, and the rest of other callers. I didn't hear everybody clearly, but I want to thank them for always standing in this gospel of truth. I want to encourage Biafrans to rise up and join. The ones that are beaten down, please rise up and make yourself available. But as you come, you must come with truthfulness. You must also come with humility so that we can do what we have to do and get into our land. Thank you very much, my Reverend. All hail Biafra, and God bless the people of Biafra and all of us for freedom. There will.
Thank you very much, and good night from here. That is Mazi Obidi Obienu. Emphasis has always been on humble yourself, speak the truth at all times. And this remain one of the key points. Agenda if we must get Biafra. We have to tell ourselves the truth, even when it affects us. The truth. Not lying. All the lie for over a decade. All the blackmail, where did it lead us to? We have failed to consider the consequences of our action. We have failed to plan. And then how can we successfully execute when we have not planned? And of course, this is where I'll be drawing the curtain for this evening segment. And once again, I appreciate all of you who took time to call in. Biafrans who are still working assiduously to ensure that Biafra is restored. You are highly appreciated. We cannot back down until we bring this journey or restoration quest, effort to restore Biafra is brought to a conclusive end. I will say good night from here. We'll continue from where we stop tomorrow. Ndewonu. Ndewonu.
Respect to the Most High. Yeah. Biafra, the rising sun. Now you hear me now?
Everywhere in the world, Biafrans are fighting for freedom. Freedom, yeah. Biafrans, we know what we want. Biafrans, we know what we need. All we want is Biafra. All we need is Biafra. Our leader have tell us the truth. Now we know who we are. Osaflani is killing Biafra. Yoruba is looking for 10%. The world are keeping silent. They are killing our people.
No more one Nigeria. The amalgamation is over, man. All we need is Biafra.
I'm not saying this because I'm a Biafra, but I'm thinking of the life we lose every time that cause killing innocent people, yeah, raping our women, yeah. Who doesn't know about the 10%?
Who doesn't know about the oil well? House of Fulani is killing Biafra. Yoruba is looking for 10%. The world are keeping silent. All we want is Biafra. We want to go home. Biafra.
Biafra, land of the rising sun. Bumbo clan. There was good and evil and we chose good.
Yenegwa is calling Biafra. Anani saying Biafra. Ogoja is saying Biafra. Yenegwa is saying Biafra. Urobo is saying Biafra. Shekiri is saying Biafra. We want to go home. We want a freedom. We want to go home.
There is only one indigenous broadcaster championing the cause for the restoration of Biafra. Biafra Human Rights Radio. Of course, unstoppable and remains the beacon of truth. It has been so since yesterday, and it is today and forever.